All right, welcome back to the angry edition of Buck What You Heard. My name is Gene, and I'm angry. And you can reach me angrily at Buck What You Heard on Twitter. You follow me, I'll follow you back. Unless you're a Saints fan, right now, I don't have time for you guys. Sorry. So, all right. So, we got an echo here. All right, hold on. Let me get rid of the echo. There's an echo somewhere.
Oh, it's not echoing for me.
I think it's on my end.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, it's on my end. Hold on. Okay, much better. Sorry guys. That's the beauty of going live sometimes. But anyway, as I was angrily saying, I'm joined by my co-host, Angry KB. Tell everybody how angry you are, man.
Scale 1 to 10.
On a scale of 1 to 10.
This many.
Dude, that fucking game, and I'm sorry guys, if you normally, I'm not dropping the F-bomb like I'm gonna drop tonight, which it could happen at any moment. I'm just frustrated. I am genuinely frustrated at just how this game went, and I'll get into that. And I know people are saying, the Bucs are 6-3. The Bucs are 6-3. I'm good with that. I'm totally good with that. And you know what? There's another game to be played. There are more games to be played. So, guys, the phone line is going to be – I'm going to go ahead and open up the phone lines right now because I want to hear from you guys too. And, that way I don't rant and get all too crazy or whatever. I want to get that out there. So give me a second and let me put that up here. Why not? Let's get that going here. And I want to hear from you guys. I really do, because this is okay. Here we go. 813-358-8154. Let's make sure everything's working. Yeah, everything's good. I haven't been getting a lot of phone calls. I'm kind of sad, disappointed, sad and disappointed.
Last week was just election.
Yeah, thank God that crap is over with. Oh, you know what? Hold on. We've got another problem here. Bear with me, guys. I'm going to get this all set up here. But this game right here today was just ridiculous. And the biggest problem that I have with this game was the fact that you have so much talent on this team, and nothing happened. And what? Okay, let me start with you, because I know I've been hogging up the time. What was the most frustrating thing for you, KB, throughout with this whole game? If you look at the game from first to fourth quarter, which I know you subjected yourself to this, what was the most frustrating part of this game?
Well, the frustrating part for me starts at coaching. When Bruce Arians came in to the Buccaneers organization, the first thing that his first agenda was that whatever he did, he was going to scheme everything to the strength of his players and not try to put square pegs into round holes. Now, if you look at the game plan, both offensively and defensively on Sunday night, offensively, you have all this talent, as you're saying. However, it's pretty much just running the same deep crap with one check down option, which against a team who's aggressive and has players and has a pass rush, as we learned in the Bears game, Tom Brady, if there's any sort of pressure, he's done. He's going to check down to that one read, or he's going to eat sacks. However, Trey Hendrickson, for the second time in a row now, basically ate Donovan Smith's lunch and then took his mama home after school.
Sure did. And didn't call her the next day either.
No. And pretty much offensively, like I said, just not doing things to get the ball into your playmakers' hands. Then right. Defensively, we draft all of these DBs in the second round. Mm-hmm. We got Sean Murphy-Bunting second round, Carlton Davis second round, Jamel Dean third round, Antoine Winfield second round. We have all Jordan Whitehead fourth round, mm-hmm. Mike Edwards third round. Mm-hmm. All of the DBs are great in man coverage, and we sit back and play soft zone. Not even just drop back like how the old Seahawks were, or
right.
the current 49ers are. Where you're playing cover 3, but you're not playing 10 yards off, and you're just
you're not hard-graving it.
Drew Brees, just hit whatever's open. Just check it down and get 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 yards, just whenever you want. Just rely on the pass rush, which the Saints have one of the best offensive lines in the NFL, and Brees just gets the ball out faster than any other quarterback in the NFL. And you're just letting them to play to your strengths, and you're playing at the worst weaknesses, both offensively and defensively, you possibly can. So my issues are, you did a great job last year doing things with what you have, but you have so many more tools in your toolbox, and you're just ignoring it and just saying, like, okay, I'm going to use this wrench to nail in this hammer or to nail in this pin.
Yeah.
Like, that's not the most efficient way to do your job. And it all starts with the coaches, and, the players still have to do their jobs. And I'm not putting I'm putting a lot of blame on the coaches, but there's obviously, stuff that
there is definitely enough blame to go around for everybody, but you're spot on. One thing I want to kind of jump in here too. One thing that I saw was Taysom Hill. Taysom, Jesus fucking Christ, the guy's going to be on the field. And you can't just run your defense normally with him on the field, knowing he's on the field. It doesn't work. It doesn't work for the Buccaneers. It just does not work for the Buccaneers. And I'm gonna go a step further here, because this just irks the shit out of me. The Buccaneers, this is a one-sided rivalry. A one-sided rivalry. When you go back, I'm only going to go back a decade. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers get blown out, not every year. 5 out of the last 10 years, the Bucs have been blown out at least once by the New Orleans Saints. At least fucking once. In a 10-year span, out of half the time, they're getting blown out by the Saints at least once a year. Make that make sense. And
they have a good coach. Gene, I know you hate Sean Payton. But the dude has a number.
Yeah, this is a love-hate relationship. And to your point, I really believe that Sean Payton hates Tampa. I think it's personal, and I think he does not like Tampa. And anything that he can do to turn that knife a little bit deeper is what he's going to do. He gets these guys up for the Buccaneers. He gets his team up for him to go in and whoop that ass, is what he does. That first game this season, I was impressed. I thought, man, the defense called a great game. I thought the offense looked good, despite the fact that they haven't played together very much. That's what gave me hope for this game. I thought the play calling in the first game was, okay, I see what you're doing here. I see what, and you want to, make a few tweaks here. You can do so much better once you get this thing going.
Which they did. And then they just they took 10 steps forward and took 20 steps back in their development in terms of play calling.
100%. So I'm going to ask you, how confident are you with Byron Leftwich and whoever else is play calling right now for this team? When you look at another team, an opposing team coming in, how comfortable are you? How confident are you with what they're doing?
Against average to good team?
I would say average to good team. Let's say it's the Rams. We have to face
a 5. But if you put it in any sort of elite team, 0. I can't trust him. And you can bring up the Packers game. The defense set the tone for that.
Yeah,
the defense
100%.
Created 14 points to jumpstart everything, and then the offense just didn't mess up. They didn't do anything crazy or spectacular. They just didn't mess up.
Exactly. And that was just a balanced game. That's what I expected to see in this game. Oh, what's going on, Nestor Cervantes? What's going on, man? That's what I expected to see from this game. I expected this to be a game where you take advantage of what the defense is giving you. There were mismatches out there on the field throughout the whole game. But because of the problems with the offensive line, I would say, and because they just schemed the way they did, and they defensively called a great game. I cannot argue with that. And I'm sick of saying that an opposing coach, an opposing offensive coordinator called a better game than my team. That should not be the case. And again, tell me if I'm wrong here. I would like to know. And guys, you can call in. Once again, that number 813-358-8154. Please call in. I'd love to hear from you. But again, just kind of getting back to that game, man, it's just it's frustrating. It is very frustrating, and I don't know what the Bucs need to do to fix this. I think going in here to the game against the Carolina Panthers, I don't know. These guys, Matt Rule is calling. Matt Rule, have you seen his play calling?
No, it's not his, dude. Offensively, it's Joe Brady, man. That guy's going to be a head coach next year. It's just the way it's going to be.
Yeah. I mean, Joe Brady, the way he's been there, if they had a complement of wide receivers and a decent tight end, we would be talking about the Bucs, Panthers, and the Saints at the top of the list.
What if I told you the Carolina Panthers have the best 1-2 punch in terms of receiving yards this year? Would you believe me?
Yeah, absolutely.
DJ Moore and Robbie Anderson, man, they've been killing it. Teddy Bridgewater, who I got told all offseason was basically Drew Brees light, noodle arm, can't push the ball downfield.
He's a game manager. That's the word I kept hearing.
All I heard was the Panthers were going to win 3 games this entire year. They're already at 3 or 4 now. I think 4 now. They hung in with the Chiefs, lost by a field goal in Kansas City.
Yeah.
And they've been playing teams close the entire year. We are the only blowout they have.
They have nothing to lose. The Panthers have nothing to lose. They're going to go out there and they're going to punch a team in the mouth if they can. That's what they're going to do. And they're not playing. They're playing to win. They're not playing not to lose. They're playing to win the game. And
I haven't seen no risk it, no biscuit in probably a year and a half.
I'm going to go a step further. We have not had that. We haven't had that since John Gruden. Raheem Morris didn't do it. They played when the second half of the game, they went conservative and they played not to lose. Greg Schiano played not to lose. Lovie Smith played not to lose. Dirk Cutter played not to lose. And now here we are with Bruce Arians playing not to lose.
And
not getting creative, no adjustments. Go ahead.
Did you see that play that he challenged, the fourth and 2 or whatever? That was ridiculous. There's, as a fan and as someone who even just watches football, they have 10,000 camera angles, and that they're not going to overturn that call. Yet you still could call the challenge flag, which is what he did last year. He challenged all of those pass interferences, lost, 60, 70, 80% of them.
I think he's got a pretty high percentage this year, though, of actual challenges winning.
But that one was stupid, and it was.
It was. And my friend, I'm sorry. This is just it's mind blowing that this is where we are. And I want to share something with you, because when we're talking about a decade, and I want to share this with you. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, every single year from 2010 to 2020, have had at least one blowout game a season.
Were they won? Mind you, not winning?
They were blown out. Okay, and I'm going to go down the list here. This is my list. 2010, 31-6 Saints. 2011, 48-3 Niners. 2012, 41-0 Saints. 2013, 42-17 Saints. 2014, the game that still irks my nerves, 56-14 Atlanta Falcons. 2015, 42-14 to the Titans. 2016, 40-7 to the Arizona Cardinals. 2017, 30-10 Saints. 2018, 48-10 Bears. 2019, 34-17 Saints. And then this year, 38-3 Saints. That's your decade right there. At least one game in every season that you're going to have a fucked up ass game like that, and it frustrates you. Now, the what thing that makes this the worst is you got Tom Brady, you got Rob Gronkowski, you got Leonard Fournette, you got Mike Evans, you had Chris Godwin out there, you've got Antonio Brown out there, and Ronald Jones. I'm going to throw Ronald Jones in there too. Scotty Miller. You've got these tools at your disposal. The middle was soft. There were plays up the middle that you want to move the chains. You want to keep the ball moving. These are the kind of things that I would expect. I would expect to see some motion, a little bit of motion or something. A little bit of motion.
I don't know. That's asking a lot, Gene. I don't know if you can ask that.
And yeah, and if anybody knows about this show, I'm probably the most positive person that when it comes to the Bucs, whether they win or lose. But this was just too much right here. This was really too much.
3 primetime games, 3 losses.
And it's not even, you know what? I get the primetime games, and you've basically put yourself on display. This is what this team is supposed to do or whatever. I get that. I totally get that. But at the end of the day, man, it's just like, what the hell? What is it going to take for this team to get up against a division rival that has had your number all these years and win?
And you think the Falcons are going to roll over either? Both of their head coaching candidates, because Raheem Morris is interim and Dirk Cutter is the offensive coordinator. The former Bucs coaches, they've been waiting for these 2 games all season.
Yep.
Like, people think that, they're not going to be hyped and ready for this game because Raheem Morris and Dirk Cutter are coaching for jobs now.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And, and again, this is a game. I want to get past this. I'm going to talk about this a little bit more, and then we'll kind of move on and, just talk about what the Bucs can do to win against the Carolina Panthers, because I would rather spend my time talking about that. I know we're going to talk a little bit more about this, and then we'll get into the Panthers tomorrow on Bucs Report. But I thought I would jump in here just a little bit. And, I've got Pro Football Reference. I do use that. Hopefully I don't get, flagged for using this, but I don't think I should.
We're giving credit.
We're giving credit.
We're not plagiarizing.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, Pro Football Reference. I think everybody uses this, and if you don't, you really should. One of the things that really got me about this game was just how out of balance this game was. I mean, if you look here, the New Orleans Saints ended up with 27 first downs to 13 for the Bucs. And if that's not frustrating enough, what helps you understand that there were only 13 first downs? If you go down to the next line, the Bucs had 5 attempts, five rushing attempts for 4 quarters. Have you ever? I don't know what the record is. There's a record or something out there for this or something. Have you ever seen a game where there were only 5 rushing attempts in 4 quarters of football?
No, it's statistically has never happened. It's the first game in NFL.
Are you serious?
Yeah, including the kneel down, which is 5, is the lowest of all time for a game rushing.
Jesus Christ, that is just crazy. That again, that's unacceptable, and these are things that have to change. They really do. If this
1 for 9 on 3rd down. 1
for 9.
For 9. Are you
1 for 9? And then they were 0 for 3 on 4th down. So, I mean, look at the time of possession. The time of possession is a kicker as well. You've got a team that's got 40 minutes and 4 seconds to 19 minutes and 56 seconds in time of possession. Unbelievable. It's like the offense didn't want to be out there. They didn't want to be bothered. They're taking a PTO day or whatever. I know that's not the case, but that's kind of how I feel about it. But again, this can't happen anymore. If the Bucs are trying to go to the playoffs, if the Bucs are trying to get to the playoffs, these are things that have to get fixed. I mean, right now, on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you with the offensive coordinator?
I told you against bad to okay teams 5, but any sort of good team 0.
Again, and I have zero confidence. I have to see it. And I don't have to see it one game. I have to see it multiple games, and I have to see it consistently. I have to see things that, they're trying to move the chains. They're trying to do more. They're trying to, put this team in a position to win. And we did not see that. I know that you can't put all the blame on the coaches, but you can put you can put a significant amount. And
70-80% easy.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, there's enough blame to go around for everybody. But at the end of the day, this team has to do better with the resources that they have. You've got a quarterback that is able to manage the game and do what he needs to do, and we just haven't seen that from him. I don't know if the New York Giants game was a blueprint for how to scheme against the Bucs. So you don't think so?
No, the Saints been doing the same exact shit for the past 5 years.
Yeah, or longer.
If BA, I mean, he didn't say it to the media, but if he said that we didn't know what the Saints were going to throw at them, I would call bullshit, because we've been watching this team for the past decade. No, we know what Drew Brees does. We know what Alvin Kamara does. If I told you going into the game, Drew Brees would only throw for 222 yards, that Alvin Kamara would only have 40 yards rushing, 9 yards receiving, and Michael Thomas would only have 5 receptions for 50 yards, that we win this game,
I wouldn't even I would think it would be a close game. If you gave me those stats right there, if you laid those stats out for me right there, I'm going to tell you this game would be, and I didn't know the whole story, but I only knew what you were telling me about the Saints. I would say this was probably like 24, maybe 24-14, maybe at the very worst, where the Bucs would. I was thinking the Bucs would probably have a chance to get back in it, but no, I would not even imagine that the Bucs would be in the position that they are, just kind of based on that. It just blows my mind.
Yeah, man. And then did you see Greg Allman roast Jameis 1 of 1, because now Jameis has 1 for 1. I thought that was the most hilarious burn ever.
He did. He got at him.
But all 3 quarterbacks for the Saints have over 110 rating. Drew Brees 135, Taysom Hill 118, and Jameis went to 116.
I want to talk about that. I want to talk about Taysom Hill again. I can't stop talking about this guy.
You hate him just like Sean Payton.
Yeah, I really do, because how do you stop him? This guy moves the ball. Somebody was saying that he had problems with turnovers or something like that. But but when you look at him on the field, the majority of the time they're moving the chains.
Oh yeah, no, he had 2 fumbles at the end of 2 games this year. I think it was the Packers and I forgot the other game that they lost, where he fumbled near the end of the game. So that's where the whole turnover thing came from.
Mm-hmm. But if you truly, genuinely follow football, like I follow all division rivals because I want to know what they're doing. When the Saints signed him, they signed him as an offensive weapon. They didn't sign him as a number 2 quarterback. And I wish people that are not Saints fans or not following the NFC South would understand this guy is an offensive weapon, and you have to know where he is at all times. Taysom Hill reminds me of the Wildcat. Remember when the Wildcat was first introduced and you saw people running the Wildcat and defenses stayed in the same scheme they were using and didn't try to scheme against it? And it took like another season before you got enough game film to where you could scheme against it. That's kind of how I feel with Taysom Hill. I was watching a Bears game. Taysom Hill's under center. They know where he is, and they run the play like normal, and they get a first down, and they get chunk plays, and nobody's stopping this. So I'm thinking, you know what? I'm sure the Bucs defensive coordinators are looking at this, and they realize, okay, this guy can really hurt us. And all we have to do is come up with a way. I mean, I'm not a head coach by any means, not a general manager, not a scout, none of that. But I will say, if it were me, I'd put my best guy on him. I'm putting
Antoine Winfield on.
That was where I was going. This guy here. I'm putting this guy Antoine Winfield Jr. on him. Wherever he goes, you travel with him. If he lines up, this is where you're going.
I put him on Kamara too.
Yeah,
put him in the box. Put.
I think
Edwards
they do good.
back
I
there.
think they do good with Kamara at times when they're able to set the edge and get containment. But Taysom Hill is another animal. Whereas this guy, he could be lined up. He could be lined up as a wide receiver. He could be lined up in the slot. He could be lined up as a running back. He could be lined up as a quarterback. And that's why they paid him all this money, is because he gets results. And that's what they're going to need. And Sean Payton knows how to use him. And you're going to see other teams try to replicate this, but they can't. There's not a lot of players like Taysom Hill. So, again, I would have thought that this is what the Bucs would do. I don't know if you remember when Jimmy Graham was running wild and doing all this crazy stuff. And Bill Belichick decided, I'm going to put Aqib Talib on Jimmy Graham.
Oh, I remember that.
Shut his ass down. Shut him down. And that was the end of that conversation. So I'm thinking, man, if you got a weapon, and I'm not comparing Jimmy Graham to Taysom Hill in any way. Taysom Hill has so many more is so much more dynamic than Jimmy Graham even
but
ever
Jimmy Graham
in his
is
prime.
the better player. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Like, I know
right. But you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
This is one of those players you have to account for. If you can take him out of the game, you take away one of the dimensions of the other team, and it makes it easier. I won't say easier, but it's something that you can work with a little bit more. I think they still have enough talent. If you have Antoine Winfield Jr. and he's covering Taysom Hill, and I understand you're down to safety. I get it. But at the same time, you should have enough talent, a lot more talent that you can overcome that and still be able to keep this team, somewhat in check. Maybe not stop them, but contain them to some degree.
Yeah, man. While you've been talking, I've been writing down a nice little defensive formation I think would pipe your ears up. I think you'd like this.
All right.
This is a 3-3-5. This is something to play for second and third down, especially against a team like the Saints. You got JPP at edge, Shaq at edge, with Sue on the inside. You have White and Whitehead as basically your rush linebackers, where they're just around the line of scrimmage,
Right.
lining up wherever, creating havoc. Levante David in the middle, SMB in the slot, Davis and Dean on the outside, Edwards, Winfield. Name me a team who can pass on that playing man coverage. Name me a team. Play cover one. Name me a team. Rodgers couldn't do it.
No.
Drew Brees couldn't do that against Manny. Check it down to Kamara, worst case. You can
Yep.
still put Winfield in the box. You can still play all kinds of coverages with this scheme. But we just
So let me ask you this. Why would you go away from what was working in that first game? Seriously.
Well, okay, so here's the way I saw it. So, I mean, a lot of Bucs fans were jumping off the bandwagon both during the Raiders game and the Giants game. We were playing a lot of soft zone, but in my head, I kept telling myself, Bowles is a smart guy. He knows that we're going to win these two games. He's just trying to keep the teams on schedule, make sure, no one gets too aggressive, no one gets hurt. We know what's in front of us. These teams aren't explosive. So it's really not that big of a deal. Play zone. Games are closer than what you wanted at the end of the day. But whatever, we won. Then I thought, oh, shit. The Saints are coming up. He's going to throw out all these exotic things.
Yeah.
Paige DeMacos was on the Loose Cannons podcast and said Todd Bowles is going to throw out some things Bucs fans have never even seen. I saw Mike Smith. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of Mike Smith. I don't ever want to see Mike Smith again.
I had nightmares.
So
I'm just getting to where I can talk about this game publicly. This is actually the first conversation I've had about this game.
Same here.
Since everything that happened. And man, I'm telling you, something has to change. Something has to change. I know that what you saw was one team got up for the other team, and the other team didn't get up for a division rivalry. And with any sense of, for me, I don't know, man. I would just be hyped up. This is a team I want to get revenge for last year. I want to get revenge for 4 years ago. Something. You got to have something that's driving you to come out there and say, we got to do something. We got to do something different,
But there was zero in-game adjustments on both sides. It's not like they come out from halftime and we're a different team. Defensively, they were still playing soft zone.
Right.
The Saints and Sean Payton just took the foot off the gas. They were like, we feel sorry for you. Fuck you.
You know, and I think this goes back to the first game when they tried to run the score up and they ended up getting their players injured. So they didn't do that. They didn't do that this game.
Nope.
Now, this right here reminds me of, like you said, Mike Smith. And the game that kind of stuck out is the Atlanta game, where I think Julio ended up with like 200 yards or something like that, where they just kept
the 25 different coverages. Basically 3.
Yeah. So again, this is something they have to rebound from this. I know they will. I'm just frustrated. I'm just frustrated by this game more than anything.
Yeah, no, same here. So, like, the way I'm handling it mentally is this was basically a mini playoff game. So when push comes to shove, this is what I have in my head of what this team's going to be come postseason, which is high expectations for a Bucs fan. But I think we all can anticipate this team's going to be in the postseason. But, like, if we're going to perform like this on primetime against your rival in your own home, that's kind of set. That's just set.
So
you can't get hyped for that game.
That's my whole problem right there, man. If you cannot get hyped for this game, but it fundamentally it goes back a long time. They just have not been able to do it. I can't explain it. It is what it is, I guess. And you just have to hope that this is a wake-up call and they'll get back on schedule. And how many more primetime games do the Bucs have? Hopefully
they have 2 more at least coming up. They have the Rams Monday night. And I consider the Chiefs at 4 a primetime game because it's CBS's game of the week and Tony Romo's going to call it and everything. So I consider that a primetime game. But because the Bucs lost the Raiders game, one of their final games can be flexed to like that Saturday night or Sunday night, because at the end of the season they allow some flexibility there.
Don't flex anything, please.
Please don't.
Exactly. No flexing here. But again, man, this is just one of those games. I'm glad to put this in the rearview mirror. I probably won't have a whole lot to say about it on tomorrow because I do want to talk more about, what the Bucs have coming up. Excuse me. What the Bucs have coming up here with the Carolina Panthers and what this game means. These division games are like gold. You have to win.
They're worth double.
You have to win these games. As many, the Bucs are behind. The Bucs have one division game, one division win so far.
1 and 2. Yeah.
1 and 2. So they've got to go out there and do what they need to do. And, you've got the Atlanta Falcons coming up, and the Atlanta Falcons are dangerous. They're a dangerous team. Despite whatever people may say about them, they are a dangerous team.
They've been playing well ever since their, a couple, blubs in the beginning of the year, and they had a little slower, getting back to normal. But they've been running well the past couple weeks. They got a couple wins.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, these are division rival games. They've got to go out there and do their thing, man. So, with the Carolina Panthers coming up, and it doesn't look like they're going to have Christian McCaffrey.
Oh, that was why I was smiling. I wanted to bring it up. CMC's not playing. Big drop off between CMC and Mike Davis.
Yes.
Oh, that's good.
Again, he is such a talent, man. And I don't know if the beating that he's taken over the past couple of seasons with the tackles, because he's been the bell cow.
And he's a small guy, too.
He is a small guy. I mean, he's jacked right now. But the one thing that I will say about him is that I give him props because I did not expect him to be able to run and catch and all that as your primary, whether it's your primary. And, with Olsen gone, he could have easily been the primary receiver had he stayed healthy. I mean, not primary, but you like your tight end.
Oh, dude, he's led the leading touch in the past couple of years.
Yeah, and he would have been that safety valve that you could go to. And him with speed and space, the guy is amazing. Just watching him.
Even when he was slow, he still killed them.
Yeah.
That Thursday night game last year. He was like barely like walking and he had like 120 yards receiving.
So again, man, this is a game. This is a winnable game for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is a game they can win if they can put it all together. I would rather see them bring it all together against the Kansas City Chiefs, but at the same time, this is a game that the Bucs need to win. Just looking down the schedule here, what is it you have? The Carolina Panthers, Kansas City Chiefs.
Now you have the Rams, then Chiefs.
Rams, then Chiefs, and then Atlanta. Is that right?
I'm pulling it up. So we have Panthers, Rams, Chiefs at home versus the Vikings, at Atlanta, at Detroit, then home versus the Falcons.
Yeah. And that, the emergence of Dalvin Cook, if the guy is healthy by the time
that would be a guy. He was injured.
That's scary right there, man. That guy is he's balling out of control. He really is, man.
I would like Vita back for that game.
Yeah, hell yeah. Have we heard anything about how his progress is going?
Nah, no one's talked about it. However, I do have a guy who told me that Vita Vea, should we make a deep playoff run, could make an appearance basically only on like first downs because he's a big guy and a bad ankle injury. Probably don't want too much weight doing too much, but he could have a role. He could have a role if needed. But yes, no, you don't want to jeopardize.
I would not. I wouldn't even remotely bring him back until next year. I would shut his ass down.
Yes.
Just because you need him at 100%, and I would not want to risk further injury to that man. So I just consider him out. And you know what? Shout out to Will Golston, man. He was a difference maker. I know the Bucs didn't look the best, but you could tell a difference with him back as opposed to him being out. So I will say that.
For sure. And Stevie M, I always want to call him Stevie T, but Steve M. McClendon.
Yeah.
He's done really well too. I mean, the Saints didn't run the ball that well until like the second half when the game was basically out of hand and players probably gave up by that point. But I mean, they really didn't run the ball. It was just short pass due to that.
Yeah, and they did what they needed to do, man. And I'm telling you what, this Buccaneers team, they can bounce back from this and they can make some noise. I could see them beating the Rams. When I look at the Rams and I look at their passing game, Jesus Christ, man.
Well, it's all Sean McVay creating touches, and if Jared Goff just messes up in any sort of way, puts them, they go 3 and out. They're not on schedule. He turns it over. They're screwed. It's just basically how their season's going.
Oh, okay. Hold on 1 second here. I think we missed a call. Hold on. Let me see who we got here. Let me call back. Let me see if. Hopefully this will work. I just.
Well, it can't be one of those political spam calls.
Yeah, it can't be. Can you hear it ringing? Can you hear the ring? Can you hear it? Oh, no.
Not again. It's striked again.
Can you hear it? All right, hold on 1 second. I'm trying to figure out what in the heck is going on here? Why am I having a hard time with you here? Hold on 1 second, man. I don't know what the problem is. Hold on. Let me call you. Let me turn around and call you right back, man. This is crazy. I don't know what it is. I've been having problems with this ringing through. So give me 1 second. I'm going to call you right back. Oh, good. I don't understand this.
Law, man. Whatever can go wrong will go wrong.
Exactly. Let's see. Let's try this one more time here and see. I got that up. I've got that up. Let's see. Call. This is good. At least we can kind of test this for tomorrow. So we'll see if this works. Can you hear it now?
No.
Hey, I don't know what's going on, man. It's just like, for some reason, normally the audio and stuff is working on this. How about now? Can you guys hear him? This is crazy. Hold on 1 second. Let's see. see here. I'm going to try this one more time and see if I can get him. Bluetooth. So let's go here. Rodecaster Pro. It's connecting. It's trying to connect now. Let's see if this works. If it doesn't work, well, couldn't connect. Hold on. Let's see. Let's try this again. Unbelievable, because I had this thing working. Connected for audio. This is only for audio. Let's try this one more time. But it should be for audio and phone calls. I think that's the. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to try this again and see if this works. Hopefully this will work, and I don't have to mess with this YouTube. Yep, I hear you. You can't hear him? Oh man. Okay. I don't know what's going on. I'll have to see if I have to reset this again. I don't know what's happening, but for some reason, yeah, that's what it is. That's kind of what it is, man. That's how it goes. I'm not sure why this is occurring here. We got the volume all the way up. And Bluetooth. And how about now? Can you hear him? Still nothing. All right. I'm not sure what's going on here, man. So I'm really sorry, dude. I'm gonna have to test this. Can you? I know I missed you last week. Can you call in tomorrow? You think? All right, man. Yeah, hit us up tomorrow. We'll be live tomorrow. We'll be talking about this because I do want to get your thoughts and want to hear, kind of hear what you had to say about the LSU getting ready to give Alabama that work on Saturday.
Is it T. Smitty?
Yeah. Yeah.
I can tell by the voice. I just couldn't confirm.
All right, man. All right. Dang. I had to reset this again. I don't know why this keeps happening. I'll fix it. But anyway, I'm probably just go ahead and turn this off because this ain't working. But man, this is a good warm up for tomorrow. Tomorrow we're gonna get a little bit deeper into this. I'm gonna have Michael Pless on tomorrow from Real Bucs Talk.
Oh yeah.
So I have Pless on, and we'll get to kind of break down the game and talk a little bit about what the Bucs need to do to beat the Carolina Panthers, because that's gonna be a huge game. So you guys be sure to make sure you check that out and figure out why the hell this is happening. This is crazy.
And check out their videos for a breakdown of film to fans who don't break film down themselves. It's a nice little intro to what Michael's probably going to be talking about. Yeah,
absolutely. Because that's a game that, man, I don't know. Did you get to look at any of the clips that he put up?
Nah, I don't know if they put it up for the Saints game or I just missed it.
No, they were just doing like little clips through the week. Just this is what we saw.
On Twitter, yeah.
What they were dropping on Twitter, yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, the 4th and 6 play where basically there's only one receiver at the first down marker, and then there's 4 receivers 20 yards downfield. You mean those breakdowns?
Yep. It's horrible, man. It is horrible. Well, anyway, man, I didn't. We got all this off my chest, man. I feel a lot better. I feel a little bit more positive going into this week, But again, the Bucs have to beat. There are teams the Bucs have to beat, man, and that's just all there is to it. They have to win some of these games that they're struggling with. To be very honest, that game against the Giants shouldn't have gone the way it did. It should have gone a different way, So I don't know.
Well, with the Panthers, I think even on an off day, this offense can put up points. But if we're going to keep playing soft zone, against Robbie Anderson and DJ Moore. It could be a fun game.
I really hope they've learned a lesson from that, and you want to play to your strengths. I mean, when you want your team, you want to play to your team's strengths, and I think that's what we missed last week. And they have to get back to that. They have to get back to manufacturing these blitzes, these exotic blitzes that we're supposed to be seeing and stuff. So I don't know, man. They've got to do something. They've got to come up with something. And until they can do that, man, I don't know. I really do not know.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're going to go ahead and jump off of here a little bit early. I've got a whole lot going on. I'm, trying to get myself ready for this game on Sunday. And what time is it? Sunday afternoon. We can get back to normal now.
Oh, but then it jumps back to Monday night and Sunday at 4. So it's still prime time, blocks. This was the big chunk of our schedule, was the Raiders game to the Chiefs game.
Yeah.
So we just got to make it through that little rough patch there. So
Chargers, Raiders, Denver.
Packers, yeah.
So the Bucs are 3-1 or 3-0 against AFC West right now.
They are. Just the Chiefs left.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. I'm still not sure. I have no idea. But anyway, I'm still trying to get over the shock of it all. But any last words before we jump out of here?
Yeah, don't jump off the cliff, everyone. I know we both were frustrated tonight, and that's also because we haven't had a chance to really talk about it. But understand that this team's 6-3. They're still in the prime spot to get a top playoff position, play against the NFC East, actually, the NFC least. And there's still plenty of ways to still win this thing. It's just they really got to come together. The coaches really got to start scheming. Yeah. And at the end of the day, we still control our destiny. The Saints can lose 2 more games, and we win out, and we have the division. So
absolutely.
There's no reason to jump off the ship yet. You might be a little bit wet, but it's at the end of the day, it's not over. We're still in this.
Yeah,
it's just one game.
Yep, and I want to say this. Right now, this team, as you mentioned, 6-3, like KB was talking about. This is a team they can go on, and they're still in every single game they have scheduled this year. Every single game, including the Kansas City Chiefs game, they are still in these games until they lose or until they and a lot of that was, I felt like that game, that was one of the few games that I've seen where the opposing team actually came out and imposed their will. I think that, the way Kansas City has played, Kansas City is a beatable team. They really are. This 2020 has just been a weird season. And again, there's no you have the Squealers as the front runners right now because, they're doing what they're doing. And, you can thank the schedule gods for that. But again, Kansas City could be your team returning to the Super Bowl. There's a lot of teams out there that could be making moves. So, like you said, man, the Bucs are not out of this by a long shot. 6-3 is a good start, and I think they can go out and just rattle off some wins, and consistently they can actually get into the playoffs and win some games. I mean, this is not over.
Oh yeah, if you told me at the beginning of the season we'd be 6-3 by week 10, I would have been happy. Yeah. I figured they would have lost to the Saints.
And again, guys, I'm not mad. I'm not mad about where the Bucs are right now. I'm mad about the effort in that game, from top to bottom. And, just totally just getting out coached, out man, outplayed, out want to, just out everything, basically. Yeah. I mean, there were more Bucs on the ground than a strip club in Tampa, And that right there, man, those are things you got to fix, man. And they have to do this in order to succeed. And that's where my expectations are, is that the Bucs are going to get to the playoffs. But anyway, that's pretty much it for me. And like KB said, don't jump out the window. You got to keep the faith. And, the season is still a lot of games left to go. And I think they're going to get there, man. I really believe that the Bucs will get to the playoffs, and I want to see that cohesiveness. And let's hope for no more blowouts.
100%.
Anyway, we are out of here, and we'll see you tomorrow on Bucs Report. Same place, not same place, but same time. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that.
I wanted that to be the outro, like the last image everyone saw.
All right. So I guess in that case, I'll be like, because I'm eating that L right now. So, all right, man, we're out.